to our home. It is starting to get time to start seeds, to start slips, sweet potato slips. I've noticed there's been a lot of views on some of my sweet potato videos, so seems like it's a good time to share how we get them started. So right now we've got sweet potatoes started, or in process of starting sweet potatoes a couple different ways. This one right here was actually started on Thanksgiving Day. I cut an end off of a sweet potato that kind of had some sprouts that looked like it wanted to get going. And so I just put just the end of the sweet potato in a pot of soil, and that's getting going. So what I'm actually going to do right here with this is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to break this one off. Maybe. It's okay, sir. Okay. I'm going to Sir. It's the Barky Border Collie. So I'm going to take this and I'm going to put it in water, and that's going to start to root. Now, this is going to have to sit in a glass of water for a very long time, because in Western Pennsylvania, these are not going to be going out until into June. Sometimes the end of May, if it's a really, really mild year, most likely not until June. So this is started in soil. This is going to continue to grow vines, and I'm going to continue to pop them off, put them in soil, or put them in water so they root. The other thing I did is I started some sweet potatoes just by putting toothpicks in them, about 2/3, 3/4 of the sweet potato down in water, and these are going on my windowsill. This one I'm extremely curious about. I remember when we picked this one, I forget what my daughter called it, but this was like somewhat animal-like. Do you remember what you called this one? You helped me with this one.
Bunny.
It's a bunny. So I'm just curious what this one's going to do. So I'm going to take this one, just put a few toothpicks in here. I know, sir. We've got a very antsy-pantsy border collie. And, whoops, I don't have water in here yet, but this is just going to go in that mason jar. These are going on the windowsill. So those are started. Now, I have found if the water goes cloudy, it's a sign that it's not, the sweet potato is going to start to rot, and it's not going to put off roots. I don't know what it is, if that's just a sign of a bacteria or a fungus or something present in the water, or that was on the sweet potato that started to grow in the water. But if the water goes cloudy, the sweet potato starts to rot on me. So as long as the water stays clear, usually it will start to produce roots, it will start to produce plants for you to grow sweet potatoes outside. And then the last thing I did is I just took some smaller sweet potatoes and laid them long ways, not completely burying them in this hanging basket. This hanging basket is also going to go over in the windowsill and start growing sweet potatoes, and then just in general giving me something green to look at that's growing inside as I'm getting excited for spring and to be outside in the garden. Now this may be a little bit early to get started, but last year I actually planted a couple sweet potatoes in these white hanging baskets in the fall, and had to trim the vines back a few times and trimmed some of the vines to root in water, and it worked just fine. So probably early March would be plenty of time to get started. I just really enjoy having things growing in the garden, or growing for the garden in the house, so I can kind of get excited for spring. So I live in Western Pennsylvania. These will not be going out into the garden until June. So what I'm going to be doing is popping off each of these plants and the roots, and that's going to become a sweet potato plant that is going to produce some absolutely amazing sweet potatoes for us. So going to gently break that plant off. We're going to break a few of them off, and then it might make it so it's easier to separate the roots. Okay, so from that one sweet potato, let's see how many plants we have. We've got one right here. Look at those beautiful roots. We're going to go ahead. Tuck that guy right in there. So there's one. And the hard part here is going to be separating these roots out. I think if just going slow appears to be working just fine. So there's another. Now I probably could separate this one into two. Yep, I'm gonna. There we go. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. All right, so we're gonna go down in here. I want to go kind of down in deep so those roots can get moisture way down in the soil. Getting there. We have a low of 39 this week, so I don't think our frost is too far away, but let's go harvest some sweet potatoes. Oh, look at that one. That is a monster one.